Yes.
Hare Krishna. Today we have with us the Director of Strategic Communication and Advocacy for ISKCON Bangalore and the Akshay Patra Foundation, His Grace Navina Neerada Prabhu. I welcome Prabhu onto the stage. His Grace Navina Neerada Prabhu is also the Temple Commander and member of Executive Council at ISKCON Bangalore. While pursuing his B.Tech from Ramaya Institute of Technology, Bangalore, His Grace Navin Neerada Prabhu was deeply influenced by the teachings of Srila Prabhupada. He gave up a promising corporate career and joined the movement as a full-time volunteer and has been serving as a senior missionary and faith leader at ISKCON Bangalore for 15 years now. His Grace Navina Neerada Prabhu has an in-depth understanding of Krishna consciousness philosophy and delivers enlightening spiritual discourses based on Bhagavad Gita and the Srimad Bhagavatam. He conducts empowerment programs for youths, families, guiding them to lead a much more happier and sublime lives. He enthusiastically propagates the message of the Vedas as enunciated by Srila Prabhupada to everyone, including celebrities, political leaders, and other influencers. As an inspiring faith leader, he engages with scholars and religious leaders globally in faith-based conferences to exchange ideas and promote the values of Indian spiritual culture and heritage. His Grace Navina Neerada Prabhu has contributed immensely in realizing the vision of Srila Prabhupada of a healthier, happier, and a God-conscious society. We are eagerly awaiting to hear from you, Prabhu, about the glories of the Divine Mother on this most auspicious occasion of Sri Radhashtami.
Hare Krishna. Happy Radhashtami. Very happy and surprised to see so many young boys giving up the new releases from Netflix and Amazon Prime and deciding to celebrate the birthday of Radhashtami here. We're all very fortunate. Radharani has blessed all of you. So all of you are blessed with the taste of this Krishna consciousness. In the morning, I received a news flash. In Notting Hill Carnival in London, you know, carnivals, it's a music festival, dance, food, enjoyment. Looks like people were not very happy. So this time they used nitrate oxide, which is the laughing gas. And that became a big report. And the scientists were analyzing that how this is so harmful to the body. And they were giving examples of people becoming paralyzed because of inhaling this gas. And then as I was seeing this news flash, there was an ad. DRDO scientists have invented a wonderful bed. They're describing the technology used so that we get very nice sleep. You know, we had this some sleep mattress with springs. Now it's a different technology so that people can sleep well. There are a number of examples where people are trying to improve their everyday conditions to become happy. They feel probably a lot of money, big car, technology, more number of followers in Instagram, more number of views. This gives us happiness. And there is a struggle. So what do you all think? Do you think by this material enhancement, by just this technological development, you think we all can be happy? And now with the social media world, do you think social media world can make us happy? What do you all think? Most of you saying no. Why? That is what the whole world, 8 billion population is thinking. You're just 100, 150 of you here saying no. Why? Any one of you like to speak? Yes, please. Yeah. You can just speak. Correct. Very good. So he's saying, yeah, they feel that vacancy and the problems are not solved at the end of the day. Correct? Very good. I know many of you can come up with even better answers, but the thing is, this is the reality. In fact, Srimad Bhagavad Gita says, Yehi samsparshaja bhoga. This kind of social media happiness, the happiness of the so-called carnivals, the happiness of attention, happiness of luxury, technology, iPhones. This is called samsparshaja bhoga. That means it is all external. This happiness is external. Adyantavanta. It has a beginning and it has an end. It has to end. It's a question of time. If you think you're excited with something, it's a question of time. You know, I was interviewing somebody. They're from very good background. So I asked them, how long will you work for us? He says, as long as you keep me excited. Because he has changed many jobs before he came here. So Adyantavanta, it has a beginning and it has an end. Very soon we get satiated. It's a question of time. And dukkhayona evate. To achieve that goal, you have to work very hard. And to maintain that, you have to work very hard. And to improve on that, you have to work very hard. So, and we think this working hard is real happiness. I'm not saying we should not work hard. This is all part of life. We have to work hard. We have to do our duties. We are only saying, along with whatever we do, we have to create time for spiritual life. Like some of you said, you feel that vacancy, especially nowadays, youngsters, they feel that vacancy. Social media gives us instant pleasure and instant unhappiness. One film star was, very big celebrity. She called me and said, Swami, my life is out. What happened? No, I dated a person for 10 years. I got married. And whenever I'm hungry, he used to get the entire restaurant to my house. Just 6 months after marriage, I said, I'm hungry. He said, okay, order it through Zomato. Where is love? You see? So they feel life is gone. But anyway, I asked her, What about your career? About your money, your friends? She has a child. No, everything is good. We go to extremes. This is because of the social media culture. Instant pleasure, instant unhappiness. Some people call it as social media depression. And everything instant, quick, fast. You know, if you see the life of Prabhupada, how much of tribulations he underwent. On September 4th, 1965, the same day, in his diary, Prabhupada writes, there are a lot of turbulence in the ocean. There may be disaster. People are preparing. The lifeboats are ready. There are 40 people on the boat, and there are 2 boats which can carry up to 120 people each. You see? And Prabhupada suffered 2 heart attacks. He's going to an unknown land, trying to meet unknown people, trying to influence people who have no touch of India or Krishna consciousness. So much of uncertainty, no money. Even when lands in America, even after establishing ISKCON, so many troubles, court cases, people trying to cheat, so many things. But still, he was not at all worried. And Prabhupada did all this voluntarily. He did it voluntarily. Why did he go to US at the age of 70? He could have stayed in the comforts of Vrindavan. Beautiful Radha Damodar, everyday Rajbhog, Yamuna is flowing, beautiful Nidhivan around, Nidhivan, Seva Kunj, nice deities, what more you want? He voluntarily undertook pain. Of course, we feel it's pain, but for him it's pleasure. The real pleasure is internal pleasure. The more we go internal, the less we feel the pain of whatever is happening in this world. This samsparshaja bhoga, as I said, it becomes, you get satiated. And samsparshaja bhoga will ultimately lead to misery. These things will never affect you when you take to spirituality. And Prabhupada has practically demonstrated. The more we go internal happiness is the real happiness. External happiness, we have no control. How can you control people? How can you control? Tomorrow there might be a recession. There's a lot of fear that the US might hit one more recession. In Europe, they're saying that the glaciers in Alps mountains are melting. Very soon there'll be water shortage. Russia-Ukraine war, already there are shortage of oil in India because of that. You never know. That is why Shastras say that external things we cannot control, internal things certainly we can control. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Sukham Atyantikam Yat Tat Buddhi Grahyam Atindriyam. Buddhi Grahyam. For you to enjoy internal happiness, you need buddhi. That is spiritual buddhi. The knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, the knowledge of Srimad Bhagavatam. The 4 classes are very important for sharpening your internal buddhi. Atindriyam. Then you will learn the art of enjoying internal happiness. Madhu Panditru, in one of the class, very nicely explained that how there is no pleasure in matter. We think there is pleasure in matter. You go to a restaurant, they give you menu. Each one of you will choose a different variety of food. Why? If the pleasure is in that food, then all of you can choose the same food. The pleasure is internal, it's in your mind, it depends on your concoction. Every one of us, that's why we wear different clothes, we have different vehicles, different interior design in our house. Everything is different according to our mind. Pleasure is actually internal. We paste our pleasure on matter and try to derive happiness. And we think happiness is external. And that's when, like some of you said, you feel that vacancy. Because there's no pleasure, that you'll realize it very soon. The so-called smiling faces in this world, it is just external, but internally there are so many issues. Because we meet so many people, actually they smile when I talk to them. When they become little close, they reveal all their problems. And I get surprised. Arey, you're such big car, big name, big fame. With all these things, you are telling you're unhappy. So that is why intelligent person takes the shelter of Shastras. And Prabhupada has said, in this Kali Yuga, the best means of invoking our internal pleasure is through devotional service, through Bhakti Yoga. It is the simplest form of yoga. All other yogas, it's very difficult to follow. You have to give up things, you have to give up your ambitions, you have to give up your family, give up your dreams. Only in Bhakti Yoga, you need not give up any of this. You can pursue your dreams at the same time practice Bhakti Yoga. It is an art that Krishna teaches in Gita. How you can be at home, be with your family, pursue your dreams at the same time you can pursue your Krishna consciousness and lead a very happy and contented life. And in Bhakti Yoga, we are not alone. We have Shastras, we have Guru, we have Srila Prabhupada, and we have Vaishnavas. In fact, Srila Prabhupada said, ISKCON is formed, is an institution, the lot of devotees, so that all of you can come, take association, learn the practical aspects of applying Bhakti Yoga in our life to make our life more simple, more happy, more meaningful, more purposeful. And Prabhupada also teaches us how to take the blessings of the highest spiritual authority, Radharani. Radhe. Radharani, Shastra say, is the internal energy or Ladini Shakti of Krishna, the pleasure potency of Krishna. Krishna is the Supreme Lord. He doesn't want anything in this world. He is Atma Rama. That means he is self-sufficient. No matter can give him pleasure. No matter can attract Krishna. If Krishna has to be attracted, it should be internal potency. It has to be spiritual energy. So Krishna means his energies. We are his energies, the marginal energy. This mic is Krishna's energy, which is called external energy, Bahiranga Shakti. And then he has an internal energy, his own energy, personal energy, which is called Antaranga Shakti, which is internal potency. And one of his internal potency is Ladini Shakti. which is the pleasure potency. Krishna wants to enjoy. So he has his pleasure. And that pleasure manifests as Radharani. The manifestation of Krishna's pleasure potency is Radharani. So every act of Radharani gives pleasure to Krishna. She is meant to give pleasure to Krishna. Her goal is to give pleasure to Krishna. Nobody else can give. And Krishna also looks for that pleasure. It is spiritual pleasure. So the loving dealings between Radha and Krishna, it is not like the ordinary dealings between a boy and girl that you find in this world. It is external bodily attraction in this world. But in the spiritual sense, when Krishna and gopis and Radharani are attracted, it is the spiritual attraction, which is the spiritual potency. And when this pleasure potency is sometimes exhibited in the person of a devotee, if that pleasure, Krishna blesses that person, a devotee with pleasure potency, that is called love of Godhead. Krishna, he sprinkles that pleasure potency on you, then you develop love for Krishna. That is called Krishna Prema. And when you have Krishna Prema, then the pleasure is Sukham Atyantikam Yattad Buddhigrahyam Athindriyam. That Sukha is real Sukha, eternal Sukha, and that Sukha never goes away. That is why we go to Radharani and we beg her, we request her. Krishna, Radharani is the universal mother, Jaganmata. Oh mother, please tell your Krishna about us. If Radharani recommends, if she puts a word to Krishna, Krishna will be calculating generally. Hey, this guy, what is his bhakti? He has all material feelings. He's not serious. Look at his chanting. While chanting, he's thinking of his girlfriend. He's thinking of how to make money. Cheh, no good qualities. Look at that food, Prasad. How is he? Just eating. You know, he's coming here, no bhakti at all. That is his calculation. It's a fact. Who can follow the standards given in Bhagavad Gita? But if Radharani recommends, all these calculations will change. Krishna will immediately accept them. That is why we have to approach Radharani. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Radharani belongs to Madhava. Gokula Taruni Mandala Mahite. Radharani is her beauty, her youthfulness, her qualities, her behavior, her poetic sense, her talk, her walk, everything is attractive to Krishna. Krishna is dependent on Radha. And we catch hold of Radharani, very, very easy to get the blessings. And she is universal mother. And one good thing about Radharani is she feels that except her, all are pure devotees of Krishna. It's actually the opposite. That is her inner feeling. She never feels that she is great. So she is the real mother, universal mother, ever ready to give you pleasure, ever ready to give you blessing. She is waiting. You have to ask. Just like this class is there, it's open for everyone. Few of them come and they take advantage. In the same way, Radharani's blessings are there. Not that she's always ready to bless. I'm saying Radha's, I'm not saying Krishna's. I'm saying Radha's blessings are there. So her blessings are all, she's welcoming. It's just that we have to seek that blessings. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, there is a beautiful description of Radharani's power. How she enchants Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he goes to Vrindavan. You all know, after sannyas, he went on a South India, North India tour. He goes to Varanasi, comes to Vrindavan. Mathura, Brajkos, he goes. When he enters Vrindavan, he feels so enlivened, that place, because Krishna performed pastimes there. And we know Chaitanya is Lord Krishna himself in the mood of Radharani. He displayed only the symptoms of a devotee. He told the world he is a devotee so that he can show all others how to reach Krishna through Sankirtana, through Nama Sankirtana, through chanting and dancing. So wherever he goes to Yamuna, he takes bath. He goes to he sees any water spot, he is to take bath and relish. And when he entered Vrindavan, he saw that there's so many cows. The cows, the moment they also saw Chaitanya, they came near Chaitanya, they started moving. And Chaitanya was astonished, he was stunned. And they come and they started licking Chaitanya Mahaprabhu all over the body. He wanted to leave. They couldn't bear the separation. And the cows also followed. The poor cowherd boys, they were trying their best to pull back. And then the trees and plants were so happy to see Chaitanya. There were tears in them in the form of honey. As he was walking, they bent down, and the beautiful flowers and fruits, they bent in such a way as if offering to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The birds, the parrots were cooing and the chirping. The peacocks were dancing. And Yamuna was also very joyfully flowing in that wonderful atmosphere. Even Chaitanya was carried away. A deer comes there. He just claps the neck of the deer. He's enjoying that loving exchange. He just hugs the trees because these are not ordinary trees. And then he's enjoying. And then he's just shouting, chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So the plants and the trees and the birds and the animals, they also started dancing and jumping and chanting Hare Krishna. Because Chaitanya is there, anything is possible. And then he sees a peacock and he sees the neck of the peacock, which is bluish in color. Then he remembers Krishna and he gets into ecstasy. There were two parrots. They were talking to each other on a tree. Chaitanya was hearing. What are they talking? A male parrot is describing Krishna. Saundaryam lalanali dhairya dalanam leela ramastambini viryam kandu kitadrivaryam amala para parardam gunaha Sheelam sarvajananuranjanam aho yasyaham asmat prabhur Vishvam Vishwajanina Kirtir Avatat Krishna Jagan Mohanaha. Parrot is describing the Krishna Saundarya. His beauty is so exquisite. Dhairya Dalanam. When gopis saw Krishna, they lost patience. Leela Ramastambini. His pastimes are so nice. Rama, Lakshmi Devi was astounded to see. Viryam Kandu Kitadrivaryam. Krishna is so powerful. He has the highest strength in the world. He lifted the big Govardhan hill just like a little boy lifts a toy. Sheelam Sarvajananuranjanam. His behavior is so attractive, the people are just attracted to Krishna. Vishvam Vishwajanina Kirtir Avatat Krishna Jaganmohanaha. Wherever Lord's holy name is chanted, wherever his glories are chanted, That place becomes auspicious, people become auspicious, that entire universe becomes auspicious. This is the power of Krishna's holy name. And all of us are trying to love Krishna, get attracted to Krishna. Then the female parrot is telling, hold on, you know who is Radharani? Radharani is so great that yes, Krishna enchants the whole world. Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham. All the cupids combined are nowhere comparable to Krishna's beauty. But Radharani enchants this Madana Mohana. These are the qualities of Radharani. She's so great. And Krishna is servant of Radharani. If you go to Barsana, that is where Radharani, there are a lot of pastimes there. There's a mahal where Radharani stayed. If you see the paintings on the ceiling, you will see somebody is combing Radharani's hair and Krishna is holding the mirror. And somewhere Krishna is actually massaging Radha's feet. And then Radharani was tired and Krishna is fanning. So this is Radharani. You know, she is not an ordinary devotee. She is the most exalted devotee. And we should take advantage of her presence by praying to her, by seeking her blessings, by following her. And Radharani will be very pleased when you ask Krishna Bhakti. Very easily she will give you. That is Radharani. You know? And Radharani is so powerful. Whatever she gifts you even once, it's a permanent opulence. Nobody can take away. And what is the gift Radharani is doing in this world? Distribution of Krishna Prasadam, one of the gifts. By her grace, like Madhupandit always says, he wonders, how do I collect so much money for feeding lakhs of students every day? How will we do it? We have fed nearly 4 billion meals. We have fed India, every Indian thrice. This is a miracle. How this is happening? It is Radharani's blessing. She is feeding. During the pandemic, the entire world was shut down. March 22nd or 24th, Prime Minister announces everything is all locked down. And we were thinking, Radharani, your prasadam distribution, I don't know what to do. All midday meal, all NGOs, everybody shut. No food, lockdown, empty roads. What do we do? I remember Madhupandit Prabhu, Chanchalapati Prabhu, they're all thinking, they're all in the room. Oh, lockdown is there. How do we feed? Will it happen? Will it not happen? Then we thought, okay, let's pray to Radharani. It is her program. What is our program? And then somehow they thought, okay, lockdown, okay, serving cooked meals is an issue. See, Radharani's blessings. Let us give grocery boxes. They were all, in the cabins thinking of Radharani. We made nice grocery box. Each grocery box can feed an adult 42 meals. We just thought, okay, all these things will be there. Offering was done. With the Radharani, if you wish, let this prasadam reach to everyone. And it was so miraculous. Even the government said the first few boxes came in 2-3 days of lockdown. People were suffering. The migrant laborers were suffering. No food, they're hungry. There's no water. They're all together, locked up. Containment zone. They didn't know what to do. The Radharani fed them. One migrant laborer calls the chief secretary office, SOS, Save Our Soul. We are about 6 families. 6 families here. 3 days, we didn't have one morsel of grain. We are hungry, we may die. Please help us. Lockdown, everything, because the first of its kind. Government ministry is thinking what to do. Then they call us. Heavy rains and lockdown. Police won't allow vehicle also. In a Radharani's blessing, she wanted to feed them. In the night, 8:30 vehicle left. 10 o'clock we went. We got them the boxes and the person's mobile is switched off. All them is hungry. We came, what to do? Radharani's grace, we kept in the local police station. Next day, we got him. He took the food. He had, after 4 days, they had food and they called the temple and said, thank you. We could feel so happy after eating this food after 4 days. You know, you go to hotels, 0 staff, shut down. Akshay Patra worked with 110% employees, not 100%. We had to hire every day. We hired 600 employees. Sir, this is Radharani's work. What do you mean? There is no external force in this world that can stop if Radharani decides. She is the Jagannatha. Every day, you know, in the High Court wrapped up government. Hey, there is hungry. Where is the feeding? The government was intelligent. They submitted. Look, Akshay Patra is feeding 1 lakh people every day just in Bangalore city. For many people, this was the only food. 2 years, Radharani fed. And then Radharani was so merciful. Tribal areas in Jharkhand, in Chhattisgarh, we went to forest, we gave, they're all so happy, tears in their eyes. And everybody chanting Radhe Radhe. You know, nook and corner. Where did he feed? In every state in India. We fed in Ladakh, we fed in Kerala, we fed in Andaman Nicobar. Every state in India was fed, and it was Radharani's grace. You know, there is a nice pastime of Madhavendra Puri. You all know that of Kirchor Gopinath. How the Lord stole kheer for his devotee. If some of you knew, very quickly I will narrate. So Madhavendra Puri was in a place called Remuna, where there's a beautiful Gopinath deity. There every day they offer kheer in small pots, very nice pots. And then, so when Madhavendra Puri went, he desired, maybe if I could taste a little bit, so that, you know, I can make the same thing for my Lord in Vrindavan. His deity is in Vrindavan. He had traveled to Orissa for some purpose. Then he thought, Chet, their offering is happening. How can I desire? He went away. Pujari, he offers. Then after offering, closes the altar. He was resting. In the dream, Lord Gopinath comes and instructs him, have stolen 5 pots of sweet rice for my devotee Madhavendra Puri. Please go and give him. Pujari gets up. He says, it's just a dream, or he wants to make sure whether it is actually stolen. Has a quick bath, runs to the temple, opens the door, opens the altar screen, goes to deity and sees, oh my God, 5 pots are stolen. Then he takes the kheer, he goes to the marketplace and he's asking, who is this Madhavendra Puri? He identifies, and Madhavendra was religious. And then he says, please wait here for 2 minutes. I want to call entire community here. Everybody I want to call. I want to tell how great you are. The great Madhavendra Puri. The Lord stole pots, sweet rice pot for Madhavendra. Please wait here. What a nice, na? After all the hard work you do, you achieve, you get a gold medal, and everybody is clapping, dignitary is giving, you all feel nice. You know, people will not miss one ceremony in their lifetime. Only one. They might miss anything. And what is that? Award ceremonies. I remember when His Grace Madhu Pandit Prabhu got Padma Shri, you were supposed to come 2 hours earlier before the president comes. So we had Priyanka Chopra, we had Rajnikant, they're all coming 2 hours early and waiting. Imagine 10 minutes of the time is so precious. Award ceremony. The same opportunity Madhavendra Puri got. Glorification. You know what he did? He ran away. He ran away. He said, no, I don't know that. This is called humility. Okay, story doesn't end here. He goes to Jagannath Puri. But what is the principle? Any opulence gifted to a devotee will follow a devotee like a shadow. So he goes to Jagannath Puri. Lord has gifted him that fame. He didn't want, but in Jagannath Puri, people see him somehow. Internally, Lord inspires them. They feel his devotional ecstasy. They start glorifying him. He escaped in Remuna, but he got the glory in Jagannath Puri. This is the glory of Radharani. If she blesses once she glances us, he blesses with Krishna Bhakti. There is no power in this world that can take us away. And the moment you are blessed with spiritual opulence, what happens? Happiness, peace, they'll be at your doorsteps. They'll be waiting to serve you. Waiting to serve you. There'll be so-called troubles externally. Nothing will happen. Just to continue the Akshay Patra beautiful story, you know, people in the name of, they say you don't give onion garlic, you are this, that. So much of attack happened. So much so that as though tomorrow they is going to stop. So when they're planning to stop, here we are planning, no, this is Radharani's program. How do we increase few more kitchens? How do we increase feeding? Which are the more areas we can feed? Actually, apparently it's out. If you materially analyze things, but only on the faith that this is Radharani's Universal Mother's program. You know, on that faith we went on, and people are surprised how this ISKCON and Akshay Patra people, they come out every time we attack, they come out. You know, so this is the power of Radharani's blessings. Prabhupada says the whole world is thinking of Krishna and Krishna is thinking of Radha. That is why we have to treat Radharani with great respect. With great respect, with great care. We have to seek her blessings. Very, very important. Radharani can gift you with a different variety of happiness, which is called transcendental happiness. In this world, you get only material happiness. Material happiness. So much you work hard. I remember in my class 10, I worked so hard. Got 100 in maths. And then they called me on the stage, math kid, everybody clap. I saw, some 5,000 people seeing, clapping. Happiness. This is happiness. I waited 10 years for this. Some happiness is there. No? After the program, then I joined the college. All happiness gone. More. Every time you have to work hard to prove it. We think this is happiness. No, there is one more variety called spiritual happiness. I always wondered why Shastras say that you should tolerate even material pleasure. Material distress is okay. You come to temple, shanti, peace of mind, chant, happiness, go back. No, Radharani is giving a different variety of pleasure called spiritual pleasure, transcendental pleasure that you don't get anywhere in the world. That is internal pleasure. That is real pleasure. You know, there is one quote. I don't know if you all can understand Kannada. Badige manege singaraveke. Why are you decorating a rented house? This body is like a rented house. You're in a lease agreement is there. Maximum 100 years. You abuse your body 60 years, you will die. Even the gym and all those 35 years, you will die. Take more stress and strain, even life is reduced. It is a body game and a rented house. You're given a rented house for a purpose. Just like you're going to an office, you're a cabin. In cabin, you can't do disco music. No, you have to do. You're given the cabin to do some work to achieve something. The same way, this body is given to you to derive eternal happiness, everlasting happiness, always blissful. You are capable of that. Please understand that is a different variety of happiness. That is transcendental happiness. And that happiness Radharani can give. The mistake people do in this world is they think by improving your bank balance, by shifting from a rented house to a villa, 5-bedroom villa, from a car, simple car to a Benz car, having a fair complexion wife, sending children to international school, that will make us happy, we think. We are struggling. We are trying to extract happiness. So much we try to extract. That is a mistake we do because Shastras tell us, and this experiment will go on till we die. Because I give an open challenge. Open challenge is get me one person in this world who says he is happy. One, I'm saying 8 billion population. One person, you please get him. I will surrender to him. One person. Externally, he says happy. I'll ask him some questions. So we are struggling, trying to extract pleasure from matter and struggling. Now it's all cloud and digital technology, right? A new documentary has come which says that if you do one Google search, it is equivalent to switching on an LED bulb for 3 minutes. That much energy is gone. If you watch a 30-minute episode in your iPad, it is equivalent to switching on an LED bulb for 5 full days. The same energy it consumes. All things are digital, Zoom call, no paper, trees are saved. No, they're saying energy consumption has not come down because of digital technology, because of which there is global warming. The glaciers in Alps are melting. Europe will be without water in few years from now. Why? Because of digital technology. All the social media, it may soon end. Be careful. So this is the hard struggle. We want to win over nature. We become more and more dependent on nature. By Radharani's grace, by spiritual method, we said, no, don't depend on external things. Be internally happy. And what is the best method to revive our internal happiness? Chanting of the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. When you chant the holy names of Krishna, Hare, Krishna, Rama and Krishna means supreme pleasure. Hara, in vocative it becomes Hare. It means the supreme energy. The supreme energy is who? That is Radharani. The supreme energetic is Krishna. So it is the supreme energy which will take us to energetic. That is why when you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you are actually praying to Radharani. Oh Krishna, oh Radha, Please engage me in your seva. And that is how you revive your internal happiness. Chanting revives your internal happiness. Then you will be happy, completely happy. You'll get so much of satisfaction. All external things you do as a matter of duty. Success, all right. Failure, all right. Duty, be duty conscious. Oh, what to do? Lockdown. What did you think? Duty. It's our duty. Radharani will guide. Let's think, let's discuss, let's have a meeting, let's do some attempts. Okay, grocery, we don't know. Success or it succeeded. It succeeded. Duty, be dutifully you do. Don't worry, success, failure. Be happy. You practice Krishna consciousness, pursue your dreams, have a nice family, be with your, practice Krishna consciousness. And because you have spiritual happiness, there is no power in this world can make you unhappy. And when you have that spiritual smile, that effulgence, that we can make out, that will always be there. So this is chanting. Even if you struggle with chanting, I give you one more powerful tip. There is struggle of chanting. If you want quick results, you should go to Radha Kund. Krishna sochai pranaya vasitihi preyasibhyopi Radha kundamasya chasya munibo chadrigeva vyadayi yet preshter apyalam asulabam kimpunar bhakti bhajan tat premedam sarasnatur avishkaroti. See, Radha Kund is a very special place in this universe. It is the most important place in the entire universe. I'm not saying earth, in the entire universe. I take some people to trips. When I take they're agnostic people chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Agala Swami, not possible, not for me. Hare Krishna, okay. They cannot. The moment they go to Radha Kund, I don't know what happens to them. They start chanting. Forget the people are agnostic. In Radha Kund, they start chanting. You can pick up Radharani's blessing from Radha Kund. So you need buddhi. So you should attend 4 classes. You should go to Radha Kund, so you should go to 4 trips. And Radharani blessing is food. So Krishna Prasadam also you get here. Please enjoy that. And this is Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada says, you be happy, make all others happy, and this is the sum and substance of Krishna consciousness. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Wasn't that wonderful, guys? Thank you so much, Prabhu. We feel much more enlightened and inspired. We were touched to hear the glories of the Divine Mother, Srimati Radharani. And we were also, I'm sure all the folks are now going to head directly to Radha Kund. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. See you all at Radha Kund during Kartik Masa. Hare Bol.
So next up, we have an interesting video. Let's visit Radha Kund virtually right now so that we develop more and more desire, and we are there by the blessings of Srimati Radharani.
Place of Srimati Radharani, about 9 kilometers from Mathura. Today, we head to Raval, the sacred birthplace of Srimati Radharani, about 9 kilometers from Mathura. Today, we head to Raval, the sacred birthplace of Srimati Radharani, about 9 kilometers from Mathura. King Vrishabhanu and Kirtida Devi, seeking a daughter, had performed severe austerities and pleased Lord Brahma. Their wish was granted. River Yamuna is not very far away from this place. 5,000 years ago, when King Vrishabhanu came here to take a bath in the river Yamuna, he found an effulgent lotus glowing like 1,000 suns. He was amazed to find the most beautiful baby girl lying within the petals of this lotus. He took the baby girl back home, much to the delight of Kirtida Devi. Lord Brahma appeared before the ecstatic parents and declared that this baby is the foremost worshipper of Sri Krishna and she would be celebrated as Srimati Radharani. At this temple, there's an adorable deity of baby Radharani. Her striking beauty touches every devotee's heart.
Garga Samhita explains the divine appearance of Srimati Radharani at this place. Actually, Vrishabhanu Maharaj was thrilled to receive the gift Srimati Radharani from the 1,000 petals lotus. But he was sad to notice the baby girl had closed the eyes. And they tried many ways to make the baby girl open her eyes, but she was not opening her eyes at all. The news spread everywhere that Vrishabhanu Maharaj has received a divine gift in the form of a baby girl in an extraordinary manner. To see that, many people started visiting their home. Coincidentally, Vrishabhanu Maharaj and Nanda Maharaj, living close by Gokul, Raval, they were very close friends. Nanda Maharaj, along with Yashoda and Krishna, came to Vrishabhanu's house to see that extraordinary child. Krishna, who was a crawling baby at that time, accompanied his mother. When Yashoda and Kirtida Devis were talking to each other, baby Krishna, who quietly crawls into the room where Srimati Radha was kept. As he touches Srimati Radha, Radha opens her eyes to see her beloved Lord Krishna. In this way, Srimati Radha, who had closed her eyes since her birth, finally opened her eyes to have the vision of her beloved Lord Shri Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss any updates.
We begin today's parikrama from this divine abode of Srimati Radharani, Barsana, Tatta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Vrishabhanu Sute. She is the beloved daughter of King Vrishabhanu. Vrishabhanu was living here, hence the name Vrishabhanupura, and today called Barsana. It is said in the scripture, Pura Kritayugasyante Brahmano Prartito Harihi. At the end of Satyuga, Lord Brahma performed tapasya here and pleased Lord Hari. Lord Hari blessed Lord Brahma to appear in this place as the four hills so that Srimati Radharani can walk around and bless Lord Brahma with the dust from her lotus feet. That is the greatness of Barsana.
Krishnasya dravinam Radha, Radhaya dravinam Hari. Srimati Radharani appeared in Raval, closer to Mathura. But like Nanda Maharaj, her father King Vrishabhanu moved his family and his people to Barsana in fear of King Kamsa's atrocities. At this time, Radharani was 6 years old. Nanda Maharaj and Vrishabhanu were both kings and rulers of the cowherd men and lived in opulent palaces on the summit of adjacent hills in Nandagaon and Barsana. Until the time that she was married, Radharani remained in Barsana, passing her time in the company of her gopi friends and engaging in loving pastimes with her eternal consort, Sri Krishna. The two met in the groves between Barsana and Nandagaon.
Once Srimati Radharani visited Nandagaon to meet Yashoda Maya and to take her blessings. After meeting Radharani, seeing her enchanting beauty, Yashoda Maya wanted to have Radharani as her daughter-in-law. And she was so moved by this thought, she took the turmeric paste and applied on the palms of Srimati Radharani as an indication that she would like her to be her daughter-in-law and marry her beloved son Yashodanandan Krishna. Srimati Radharani was blushing and she immediately rushed back to her home to Barsana, to this spot. She was embarrassed to go back to home with the turmeric hands, so she came to this kunda and she washed her hands and she went back home. Next day, the entire kunda water had turned into yellow color, and that's how this kunda came to be known as Tili Pokra.
Krishna chitta stita Radha, Radha chitta stito Hari. Krishna chitta stita Radha, Radha chitta stito.
Mayurakuti is one of the important places in Barsana. Pastime that Krishna performed at this place is beautifully described in Adivaraha Purana. It is said, Kiritine namastubhyam Mayura Priyavallabha Suramyayai Mahakutyai Shikhandi Padaveshmane Namasakhi Sametaya Radha Krishnayate Namaha Vimalotsava Devaya Vrajamangala Hetave. Once Radha and Krishna came to this place. By seeing their beautiful form, all the peacocks were excited and enchanted. Lots and lots of peacocks gathered at this place and they surrounded Radha and Krishna, forming a circle. And they opened their beautiful feathers and started dancing rhythmically around Radha and Krishna. By seeing this, Radha and Krishna, they also started dancing. The most interesting thing that Adi Varaha Purana describes, Mayura Priya Vallabha. They also took the form. Krishna took the form of a peacock and Srimati Radha took the form of a peahen. And both of them started dancing in an astounding manner. To behold this enchanting sight, all the Devatas gathered in the sky and they were watching with great amazement.
जीवनेन धनेन नित्यं राधा कृष्ण गतिर्मम.
Sankri Khod, one of the fascinating place in the sacred land of Barsana. This is a place where Radha and her Sakhis would get their butter, yogurt and milk products get plundered by frolicsome Krishna on daily basis. Krishna and his friends would dress themselves as tax collectors and they would attack the gopis and demand tax for crossing this path. Radharani and the Sakhis, they were fed up with this daily harassment by Krishna and his friends. They wanted to have a retaliation. They all planned on a chosen day, Krishna and his friends came here to harass the gopis again. The moment some of the gopis were attacked by Krishna and his friends, they signaled to all the hiding gopis behind the bushes and in the caves. Thousands and thousands of gopis came out and caught all the Sakhas of Krishna. And finally, Radharani, with the assistance of Lalita, Vishaka and other Sakhis, made Krishna wear a woman dress. They made him wear bangles. They put anklet and they put vermilion. In this way, they made him even carry the butter pot and they made fun of Krishna and laughed at him. All that pastime happened at this place. Finally, Krishna begged forgiveness from Srimati Radharani at this Sankri Khod, the most fascinating place in Barsana.
At Sankri Khod, one can offer milk and yogurt to commemorate the pastime of Lord Krishna playing the role of a tax collector.
जीवनेन धनेन नित्यं राधा कृष्ण गतिर्मम. जीवनेन धनेन नित्यं राधा कृष्ण गतिर्मम.
Gehavarvan, another important place in Barsana Dham. There are only two gardens that Srimati Radharani personally cultivated. One is Nidhivan in Vrindavan, other one is Shringaravan within this Gehavarvan. This is the same place where Srimati Radharani used to come and dress herself up and decorate herself. Here you can see Radharani decorating herself. And one day it so happened, after decorating herself and asked Krishna, "Hey my dear Krishna, how do I look? Do I look beautiful after my Shringar?" And then Krishna smiled at Srimati Radharani and said, "Your face is Chandramukhi." Hearing these statements, Radha became extremely angry. She started rebuking Krishna for comparing her beautiful, spotless face to the moon that has many black spots all over. And she said, "How dare you compare my beautiful face to the moon that has many black spots?" And she immediately left this place and went to a nearby place called Mangad. Mangad. Interestingly, this is also one of the Brahma's head that manifested as one of the hills in Barsana to receive the dust from Radha's lotus feet. Krishna called Radha his Chandramukhi that reminded Radha of her arch rival Gopi Chandravali. Radha, with great anger, came to this spot of Mangad and she sat here. Krishna tried his best to console Radha and pacify her, but he was not successful. Finally, Krishna approached Radha's close friend Lalita and sought her help. She decorated Krishna as one of the Sakhi and called that as Shama Sakhi. Lalita introduced the new Shama Sakhi to Srimati Radharani. She said, this Shama Sakhi can play veena very well and also sing. So she can pacify you. Srimati Radharani asked the new Shama Sakhi to sing and play veena for her. Shama Sakhi started playing veena and started singing. Radha's anger was broken and her love for Krishna was awakened again. And she recognized and realized that this Shama Sakhi is none other than her beloved Krishna. And she embraced Krishna and forgot the anger. And that beautiful pastime took place here at this spot on Mangad Hill. Here is a temple of Lord Krishna dedicated to this sweet pastime. And Krishna is called here as Sri Radha Mana Bihari.
जीवनेन धनेन नित्यं राधा कृष्ण गतिर्मम जीवनेन धनेन नित्यं राधा कृष्ण गतिर्मम.
After visiting Sri Radha Man Bihari temple, we will be moving to Vrishabhanu Ghad, where Lala Lali temple, the most famous Radharani's palace, where thousands and thousands of pilgrims come to have darshan of Radha and Krishna.
At the exact site of King Vrishabhanu's palace, where Radharani lived, is the beautiful temple of Ladli Lal. It houses the deities of the childhood forms of Radha and Krishna, lovingly called Ladli and Lala respectively. Srimati Radharani is locally known by her pet name of Shri, and the temple here is therefore called Shriji Mandir. Devotees perform a parikrama of Barsana, circumambulating the village, the hill, and all the sacred places in its precincts. Barsana is famous for the annual holy festival that is celebrated with great fervor by the local people. Latmar Holi is unique to Barsana. Lord Krishna had visited Barsana on this day and playfully teased Radharani and her friends. Taking offense at this, the women of the village chased him away. Today, in memory of this pastime, the men from Nandagaon visit Barsana every year, only to be greeted by the lathis or sticks of the women of Barsana. The women hurl sticks at the men who try to protect themselves as best they can. Some unlucky men are captured, forced to wear female clothing and dance through the streets.
Srimati Radharani's greatness and her pastimes are innumerable. Every nook and corner of Braj resounds with Radha's name. She resides in everyone's heart here. You can only hear one sound, Radhe Radhe. For the whole world, Krishna is the supreme Lord. But in Braj, it is Radhe who is the queen, celebrated as Vrindavaneshwari. One can experience the presence of Srimati Radharani even today in this beautiful abode of Barsana. Our parikrama continues tomorrow to explore more and more pastimes of Sri Radha and Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss any updates.
Hare Krishna. So how many of you are ready to get some special blessings from Srimati Radharani? So if you're all ready to get that special blessing, we have some quiz for you, some questions for you. Haribol is not coming back now. Nothing is free, huh? If you want mercy, it's very easy to get to mercy. In our process of Bhakti Yoga, Shravanam is the first method. So for us, we have viewed the beautiful documentary series of Vrindavan, right? We watched 2 episodes. So all the questions are going to be from here. So it's open video test, open video quiz. Are you all ready to play? So whom should I go to first? Who wants to be the first person to receive some special prasadam? Okay, the question goes up back here. Who wants to be the first? Or you all slept through the video? No, you're all active. I know that. I saw you. You're all excited. Okay. Some hands. Yes. Okay. We'll go here. Okay. The first question to you, very easy one. We're starting with easy ones. You should also introduce yourself when you answer. Who is the father of Srimati Radharani? Okay. Can we have the PPT? Do we have the PPT? Okay. We have 4 options. A. Vrishabhanu Maharaj, B. Janaka Maharaj, C. Nanda Maharaj, D. Bhishmaka Maharaj. Who are saying C, no, we'll give you special prasadam.
Hare Krishna, I am Prakash. The answer is option A, Vrishabhanu Maharaj.
So we have the first person to receive the prasadam. Now let's hear next. Okay, I'll go front, then they'll say I did partiality. Prabhu likes. Okay, some question here. Okay. Srimati Radharani's childhood place, Barsana, is also known as option A, Satyabhamapura, option B, Radharanipura, option C, Vrishabhanupura, option D, Gaurangipura. Oh my God. I think his friend is in the operating room. Question next. Let's go to the next question. Answer you know already. So next question. Change the question. Okay. Which of the below are important pastimes that took place in Barsana? Okay. Option A. At the end of Satyuga, Lord Brahma performed tapasya in Barsana and pleased Lord Hari. Option B. Lord Hari blessed Brahma to appear as the 4 hills. Option C, Brahma prayed to Krishna to allow the dust of the feet of all his devotees to be always upon his head. Option D, options A and B. Option E, option A, B, C. The next option. Which one is correct? So, now you tell me the answer. Option A. So
Yes, Prabhu.
option A. Unfortunately, we don't have the audience poll. The correct answer is. How many of you say C? E. Oh, already the answer is there. Okay. The correct answer is option E. A, B, and C. So Chaitanya, what should we do with Chaitanya? Special mercy should be given or not? Okay. A lot of fans for Chaitanya. In Krishna consciousness, nobody is a, everybody is a, yes. So more and more mercy is ready to flow. Who wants it next? Okay, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. I want to hear loud Hare Krishna from those who are raising their hands. Okay, I'll go here. I heard the loudest Hare Krishna here. Okay, the next question, easy question. Srimati Radharani was found in a lotus flower by King Vrishabhanu at which place? Option A, Raman Reti. Option B, Raval. Option C, Barsana. And option D, Mayura Kutir.
Raval.
Raval. The answer is? Raval. I am seeing that excitement is down. Is it because you have not got it? Okay. So the extra blessings for him. He was very quick in answering. The next is a tricky question. Who wants to take this? Loud Hare Krishna. Okay, we'll have him here. Okay, your question is, what was the age of Srimati Radharani when King Vrishabhanu moved his family and people to Barsana? Oh my God. Change the question. The answer is correct. It is 6 years. All of you are very attentive. Okay. The next question. I request the audience to please have mercy upon me. Okay. Which is the place where the pastime of Radharani, along with Lalita, Vishaka, and other Sakhis, where they make Krishna wear a woman's dress, bangles, anklets, and vermilion, and also carry a butter pot, happen? Option A, Mangar. Option B, Gevravan. Option C, Sankrikor. Option D, Radha Man Vihari. Shh. Even if you answer, I'm not going to give it to you. I'm not going to give the gift. Okay.
C options.
Are you sure? Some of them also said B.
C, Prabhu.
Sure. Okay. Lock kar do, lock kar do. Okay. So congratulations, Hari Bol, you've got the right answer. Okay, the last set of questions on this side. Done. This side. Now this side. Okay, who would like to go? Okay, we have here. Can we pass the mic as well? Okay. The next question. Something that we ended with. Which is the pond in Barsana related to the pastime of Mother Yashoda desiring